r/ask Reddit. What is considered socially unacceptable for no reason? Running everywhere instead of walking. When I see someone running that looks like they shouldn't be, open bracket, not wearing running gear, I admittedly do assume suspicion. College campus is the one place this doesn't look out of place. Edit. 30+ people have already commented about airports as well. We get it. My dad gets super offended when I put my elbows on the table. I still don't know why. Edit. For those of you wondering if it's cause my dad was beaten for not having table manners. No, while my grandpa was a drunk, he didn't beat his children. Plus, my dad puts his elbows on the table and doesn't reprimand anyone but me. He flicks or hits my elbows at the table when I do it. It comes from partial education and lack of nuance. It's generally accepted by etiquette experts that resting your forearms or elbows on the edge of the table between bites is fine. What the original rule was trying to prevent was putting your elbows on the table so you could hunker down for a good food shoveling like a goddamn barbarian. Source: my grandmother was an etiquette expert. She got a degree and everything. She even taught classes. Edit. Yeah. Thanks for the silver. I've heard the sailor/pirate theory as well as the weak tables theory. I don't have sources, but grandma and I thought it was much older and more pretentious than that. Loosely, there are a few categories of etiquette rules: health and safety, pragmatic, and classist. Grandma reckoned it was definitely classist but fit more into a religious war propaganda theme. We're better than them. Look at how they eat. Also gods, so let's attack. Edit 2. Ducking Reddit. Gold. I have read Emily Post's books. I forget which one, but on the first page it says the most tactless thing one can do is point out the lack of etiquette of someone else. I've always thought that was nice. In some places, calling in sick because it's letting down the team or whatever. Duck off. I'm sick as a dog. There's little I will accomplish other than feeling like death warmed up, so you aren't missing out on much. Plus I could spread whatever I've got to coworkers. Then we're all sick. Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind strangers. If I am sick, you shouldn't want me at work, because then everyone else will get ducking sick and it ruins productivity in the office. The only possible reason for demanding a doctor's note is if you think for some reason I am lying about being sick, and considering I'm sick, I'm not going to get one. Because duck you, I'm sick. So what makes you think I'm leaving the house for a stupid bit of paper? Open bracket. And to be clear, I'm not talking about you the commenter. I'm talking about bosses etc at work locations. The doctor's note thing is such crap. You can be sick and not need to go to the doctor. Why would you spend the money to go to the doctor for them to tell you to go buy some Mucinex and rest? I was once shamed for missing work for having a miscarriage. Worst job I've ever had. Glad to be out of there. Standing on a roof. Sometimes. Why can't I stand on my dang roof? It's my business if I break my legs at it. Nudity is illegal. Of course I was clothed. Also, no, they didn't think I was committing not aliveness. What's going on here? I feel like there's some deep-rooted tension between you and someone who won't let you stand on your roof. Like, do your neighbors not like it when you stand on your roof? No, they do not. Got the cops called on me, even though that makes no sense. Skipping as an adult. It's unfortunate because it is faster than walking and much more fun than running. Be the change you want to see. I will join you. I thought about joining, but I'll just skip. Ladies can call their friends her girlfriends, but a man, absolutely not, cannot call his friends his boyfriends. That's not fair. Let my boys hug and have feelings. Damn it. For years the most physical contact I've had with another male was a handshake. Then I met a group of guys that hug. Ducking. Gamma changer. We unironically hug, say we love each other, talk about our problems and stresses. It's actually the best thing in the world. Makes you feel accepted and loved. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Being honest when asked how are you? I mean, you can be honest without unpacking your whole baggage and it's still socially acceptable. How are you? A. Been better. Or, sorry man. Hope it turns up. I'm a little upset about a bad sexual episode I had last night. Refusing generosity. It's perfect alright to politely decline, even though others would vilify you for being ungrateful and cold. Edit. I am pleasantly surprised to learn everyone's perspectives on this. It seems to be different in other countries. The world doesn't seem so small right now. I was raised to always refuse generosity. It's crazy how it varies depending on country, family. Same. I was taught that people are only offering to be polite and don't actually want to do what they're offering. This one is super cultural. Wearing a surgical mask when you are sick to prevent giving the illness to others. It's socially acceptable in Japan. It's even encouraged. I wore a surgical mask to school because I was sick. I'm also Japanese but live in the US and got reported to the principal's office immediately. 40 plus male at a playground. Yes, I have no partner. Yes, that's my 6-year-old kid having a blast. No, I'm not a pedo, but thank you for your questions and passive glares. Which one's yours? I don't know yet. Just browsing. Leaving without giving an acceptable song and dance about why you are leaving. With leaving because you have basically reached your limit with socializing being not a good enough reason. People who can stand to be around other people for huge amounts of time. More power to you. But me? I can't do that. And I don't want to have to make up an excuse to do so. The Irish exit exists for a reason, my dude. The Irish exit is bizarre to me as an Irish person because here in Ireland you say goodbye to everyone twice, are still there an hour later, and even the goldfish is saying I thought you were leaving. Being the first person to get up from your chair when snacks are brought into a meeting room. There's always that one hero that does it though so others can get in line. Because I'm scared of looking like I'm starving or like I'm fat. People can see that I'm fat whether I stand up first or not. Edit. Decided to influence my local meteorological condition. Waking up at 11 AM or later. I'm not lazy. My responsibilities are taken care of. I stay up late and value my sleep hours. I stay up until 6 AM and wake up at 2. I'm a self-employed artist and I'm most productive at night. Even as a kid I always stayed up, slept in. People assume I'm lazy but I'm not productive at all in the morning. So duck that noise. Night owls FTW. Hey, me too. I never have felt so validated about my ducked up schedule. Everything I make in the morning is garbage and ends up be redone when I have my head on straight in the evening. Standing backwards in an elevator. I've never thought about this before. It is weird and I don't know why. It's weird because you have to turn around to face the right way in order to press the buttons and see what floor you are on. Going out for dinner by yourself. Most upvotes I've ever had, thank you. I do this often, especially eating sushi because a lot of my friends don't like it. I say screw it and just go. I usually read a book as well if I don't want to talk to people. Are you this guy? Having fun as an adult. Fun has no expiration date. You don't suddenly no longer qualify for fun and have to live a life of watching the news and drinking coffee. People shame adults for doing fun things and that's absolute ducking bullshit. Yes, I'm 38 and I enjoy swings, jumping on trampolines, having a balloon with helium. People looks at me like if I'm mad or being childish, but when they try it with me they enjoy it too. I always get my face painted, Royal Adelaide Show, like a state fair, tick, at family friendly events that say they have a FASA painter, tick, school fundraisers, tick. It's amazing the amount of people that make a big deal out of it. I'm a 28-year-old woman and I get my face painted, big deal. Having more fun than you, grumpy ass. Not answering your own door. When there's like a salesman at someone's door, they won't want to answer but they will act like no one is home and be really quiet so the person outside the door doesn't hear them. But it's your house. I could just stare at a salesman out the window as he rings my bell. Who cares? It's my house. I don't have to answer my own door. For whatever reason I deem acceptable. You came to my house, not the other way around. My neighbor also came to my house the other day, rang my doorbell, and I was trying to put my son down for a nap so I didn't go down. But then she messaged my wife and was like, hey, your garage is open. I can see someone is home. Why didn't you answer? So then my wife messages me asking why I didn't answer. What the duck? For whatever reason I choose. I had a good one this time. But maybe I'm asleep. Maybe I'm taking a shower. Or a shit. Or in the backyard. Or maybe I'm scratching my nuts on the couch. Maybe duck yourself. It's my house. You took your shot to see if I'd answer and I didn't. Move on. I couldn't agree with any post more than this. I ducking loathe when people come to my door. If you don't have my number, there's nothing I need from you. No soliciting. No dropping by. I want to be in my own home in peace, and if I wanted someone else here, they'd be invited. Maybe duck yourself. Indeed. It's not their goddamn business why you didn't open the door to your home. Duck. That shit annoys me. Yes. A couple of years ago I was really bothered with how many times neighbors would come at my door to nag and gossip and ask me questions about other neighbors. Then my mom told me that I don't have to answer the door. Haven't done since and have not been sucked into other neighbors' dramas since. If I'm not expecting someone, I just don't answer the door. Using swings playground equipment as an adult. I friggin' love going on the swings. I'm 30 and it still fascinates me that I can quickly and easily get 10-15 feet or higher in the air with some simple leg movement. One day I was at a fairly deserted local park on the swings having the time of my life. Suddenly Karen shows up with her 2 ankle biters, hands on her hips, and yells at me, "What are you doing on there? The swings are for the kids, not adults. My tax dollars paid for these swings, and there's no sign saying that I can't. So I'll use them as much as I damn well please whenever I want." How much tax did little Johannathan and little Kimberly pay last year? None? Guess they can't use the swings either. Edit. My poor inbox. Thank you, kind medal giving strangers. Red heart. Some more info. I'm in BC, Canada. The swings were not the crappy weak ones, but had thick chains and rubber seats. I'm sure they were more than capable of holding my 190-pound self. I didn't tell Karen to duck off, but I did tell her to have a nice day. Don't let your inner kid die. Nothing wrong with getting a little high now and then. The Kimberley killed me. Apparently self-defense isn't allowed in schools. I guess I just have to accept the beating. Hell, you'll get suspended for getting the shit kicked out of you because schools have a zero tolerance policy. Tip for passive high schoolers: if someone wants to fight and they hit you, it's already done and you're gonna get punished too, so you might as well kick their ass since there's no going back. Hell, you'll get suspended for getting the shit kicked out of you because schools have a zero tolerance policy. I feel like that's something the Supreme Court needs to address at some point. At least in Canada, the Charter protects Canadians' rights to peace and security and doesn't specify an age limit. There must be something in the US Bill of Rights Constitution. Talking about the money you make your salary. I've talked about salary with co-workers a few times in my career. A couple times I found out I was underpaid. I asked for more money on my next review and was given what I asked. Sometimes companies overpay new hires when they are desperate for somebody good. The worst thing that can happen is their best, most experienced employees find out about it. Salary secrecy is always beneficial to the company, never to the employee. So true. Someone told me at my old company, giant food multinational, that they were told by HR that they could be terminated or written up for discussing salary. I was livid when I heard that. Walking your cat reminds me when some old man yelled at me and wanted to call the cops because cats aren't dogs and you can't walk them. Get a goldfish, put it in a fish bowl, put the fish bowl in a wagon, walk the fish, stare old man in the eyes as you do so. Showing distaste for one's family in any way, shape, or form. Duck my family. Why is blood so important to some people? You shouldn't be obligated to keep toxic people in your life just because you're biologically related. Because there are a lot of fortunate people who never had to even consider the practical ramifications of what it means to have a toxic family life. So they don't comprehend just how severe that shit can get. Going out to eat at a restaurant alone. Like, damn people. I just want a nice meal that I don't have to cook and wanna enjoy a night out by myself. Edit. Changed me to meal. Didn't notice the typo until 6,000 of you people decided to blow my phone up. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.